Tenants have a responsibility regarding the state of repair in a property. Every tenant must properly use the provided facilities and equipment and must take care of the daily maintenance. Tenants must properly use the property and all its provided facilities. These include ventilating the property, controlling and adequately heating the property, properly using all electrical facilities, appliances and upholding electrical safety practices, properly using all gas facilities, appliances and upholding gas safety practices, cleaning and tidying a property, including appliances, surfaces and furniture on a frequent basis, protecting the property from harm to the best of extent, safely handling potentially harmful substances, burning or cutting objects and other hazards, abiding by the rules for pets and cigarettes, and maintaining drains and faucets. The golden rule is to maintain the property and always strive to use it to the best of their intentions in mind. Tenants are legally responsible for reporting damages, and this includes any new damages that may have been discovered or any potential risks whenever they happen. Tenants must act quickly and request repairs from the landlord to ensure all issues are tackled as fast as possible. Landlords are only required by law to repair and maintain what is reported by their tenant or found during a regular inspection. They cannot be held responsible for damages or disrepair that have not been reported by the tenant. This is why tenants should report the need for repairs, and ideally in writing, either a letter, an email or a text, as such actions will create evidence and timestamp the communication. Every damage that is caused by a tenant has resulted in a tenant's failure to report it to the landlord or has occurred as a result of their actions or their visitors' actions is not a responsibility of the landlord. The cost of repairs in this instance will be covered by the tenancy deposit at the end of the tenancy. And if the tenancy deposit doesn't cover these damages, financial compensation can be sought through a court of law. The landlord should reply to notice of repairs as soon as they can. They can either acknowledge the request and agree to carry out the work or deny it as being caused by the tenant. In the latter case, the tenant must ask for permission to arrange and carry out the repairs themselves. Assuming the landlord has accepted to fix the damages, they must make arrangements with handymen or contractors to schedule and repair a job. Tenants must allow reasonable time for repairs as there is no definitive time frame for this process. Tenants must allow reasonable time for the arrangements to take place. Even though it brings discomfort, non-essential repairs often need to wait a few days or even a few weeks. Urgent repairs should be tackled with more respect to the tenant's well-being and potential hazards in the property. Tenants must allow access to the property when the landlord has agreed the service. They must contact the tenant and request access to do the repairs. Tenants have a right to restrict entry to the property at their own discretion. Landlords must respect their privacy and rights, and they must work with them to find an acceptable slot when repairmen or contractors can enter and do the work. Access to a property must be approved and allowed by a tenant, otherwise the landlord may be guilty of trespassing. If you would like any further advice on tenant and landlord responsibilities, please feel free to contact me direct via social media or indeed visit the Fife Property blog. Thank you for listening. I'm Richard Cook for Fife Properties TV.